On June 8th, California voters will decide if they should have a say in whether or not their local governments should enter the electricity business.
PG&E is the sole contributor to the Prop 16 campaign, spending nearly $35 million so far. But PG&E and Prop 16 have their opponents, a lot of them. And as I take a look now in Part 2 of an Action News special report, those opponents claim passage of Prop 16 will impact all of us sooner or later.
What do you get? Another day warm and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I ain't free. I owe my soul to PG&E.
Why would something with such an inoffensive name as the Taxpayers' Right to Vote Act meet such bitter opposition? Prop 16 would impose a new two-thirds voter approval requirement before local governments could spend public money to get into the electricity business. But editorials in newspapers around the state have come out against the ballot measure, saying it would actually give customers less say about where their electricity comes from. The Yes on 16 campaign says that's nonsense.
If our opponents have such great plans, if they really can provide lower cost electricity, if they really can provide greener electricity, then voters will be voting for it in droves.
But if an existing public utility like Reading Electric tried to expand its service, it wouldn't just be the potential new customers, the ones who stand to save as much as 40% on their electricity bills, who would be voting. All Reading voters, those already enjoying lower rates, must also approve expansion with a two-thirds majority.
When you couple that with anticipated efforts from PG&E to stop that vote, means that effectively it's too high a bar. Nobody can get over it.
And that, says Paul Hooser of Reading Electric, would effectively kill any hopes of REU expansion as the city of Reading grows. In 2006, PG&E spent millions fighting ballot measures to expand SMUD, the Sacramento Municipal Utility District, across the river into Yolo County. Its mailers warned existing SMUD customers that the cost of expansion would lead to drastic increases in their electricity rates. The expansion measures failed. But supporters of Prop 16 argue that since 2006, more than half of all local bond initiatives in the state have passed with a two-thirds vote.
They're afraid to go to the voters on this issue. They will take us to court. They will do anything possible to keep this off the ballot because they're afraid of what voters will say.
Besides PG&E and its $34.5 million, the Yes on Prop 16 campaign has other supporters as well: the California Chamber of Commerce, the California Taxpayers Association, the California Republican Party, to name a few.
This isn't about PG&E versus anybody else. This is simply about voters having the final say when local governments go into the retail electricity business.
Opponents say the voters already have a say in the matter by electing or removing the public officials who make the decisions, but they have no say in electing the PG&E Board of Directors.
So in fact, there is more accountability, cheaper prices with public power, and that's what PG&E doesn't want people to know.
The state's two other large investor-owned utilities, Southern California Edison and San Diego Gas and Electric, are conspicuously silent on the Prop 16 issue. All of their customers will be voting on it, though, as will all municipal customers around the state. But if Prop 16 passes, opponents say it's PG&E customers who will be impacted the most in the form of increased rates and decreased service reliability.
If you take away even the threat of municipalization or their customers leaving, how much more does that get out of control?
No public polling information is available on Prop 16 to indicate where California voters are leaning right now. The real polling takes place June 8th in the voting booth.